Hey guys. Oh, I don't even have much of an agenda today. I just wanted to come on and I have a session coming up in a little while, and I'm going to try to answer a few questions, see what I'm inspired to say. I did have an idea of a video I was doing earlier, but let's see. So let's see who's coming on. I did want to tell a story about something that happened. I got to mute this. Hey, Suri, you're first. Let me mute the TV because it's like freaking me out. I'm hearing myself like in the delay. So it's just me and you, Suri. Let's have a session. What's going on? Do you have any questions for me until other people come on? See, you're literally the only one. Kat, hey. So I was thinking about something that happened to me years ago. So I don't know if someone out there, if there's a work-related need or some questions that need to be answered, but I had a story about something I did when I was building up my confidence because I was such an introvert. So I was thinking of telling that story. And so I will tell the story because this is when I was learning how to manifest. But I do want to answer some questions too. So let me see here. Currency Trader 1980. Kim, your channel has totally changed my mindset about life. Thank you. And God and what I can achieve and what I deserve in life. Thank you. Please keep it up. You rock. Thank you, Currency Trader. Please, guys who are coming on, like, comment, and share on the videos. So I think YouTube's algorithm is like getting kind of weird and wonky and they're tightening up or something. So every time you like, comment, and share my videos, it definitely helps my channel grow. So I really appreciate it. That's how you can support me. Sorry, I'm usually at least 5 minutes late. LOL. No, you came on right on time. Hannah, my baby. Hello, love. I love you so much. Isabel. Hey, from Quebec, Canada. Sorry, same old with SP, but there's been some hilarious interactions. Oh, good. You're going to have to tell me about it. Guys, I rescheduled. I didn't want to do the collective session today, so I didn't. I rescheduled it for Friday. Let me see. I think it's Friday the 28th. Friday the 28th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's $59 to join. So whoever wants to come on, seats are limited. Just book it. I will. You guys can figure it out. I don't need to paste the link. So anyway, you get to have a little one-on-one time with me. So that is going to be a week from tomorrow, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, $59. So sorry, if you want to come on that one and tell us about your interactions, that would be great. Moni, hey Kim, hey Moni. Arlene, watching from the Philippines, cool. Jonathan, no wonkiness affirming, smooth lives, thank you. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, and the student becomes the teacher. Moni, love from India. Jonathan, and love and gratitude from New York. Thank you so much, Jonathan. So the story that I was inspired to tell, I had a few in my head and I was trying to do a video, but I literally just wasn't getting it. Like, I was like, I'm guided towards and more inspired to come on live because it's so simple. So I decided to tell the story on live. So I may have made a video on this in the past. I've made a lot of videos at this point, and I don't remember all of the topics that I've always covered. My hair is totally in my face right now. I'm kind of digging it too. Hold on. Okay. So let me see. So I was working in my previous job, and this is the job that I basically quit right before I started my own business, and the business itself was an experiment just to prove that manifestation is real. So I just wanted to kind of use my life and see, okay, if I have no reason to be successful at this at all, could I actually make it a success? And I did. I manifested everything that I wanted. It took time. Yes, I dealt with a lot of circumstances. Yes, I manifested through, I persisted through. And I literally saw miracles happen in my life. I want to right now talk a little bit about something that happened. There are a few different stories I have in my mind, but this is about a couple previous jobs that I had where I was, again, I'm an introvert, and I was into, first I went into PC tech support, then I went into website design and programming. Then I went into database programming, database development, then I got laid off. I was working for nonprofit organizations, and my positions were always grant funded. Now, at the time, I didn't fully understand that my fear alone in constantly getting laid off is what was probably causing me to get laid off. But it was okay, because I still was manifesting kind of the things that I wanted, but it was more in almost a hybrid way of paying attention to the 3D and then kind of shifting in and out of consciousness, is like what I like to call it. So I ended up working so I got laid off of this database development position for this nonprofit organization. And I ended up getting a temp position providing database and technical support for a small department in a large hospital network. Then that particular temp position also ran out of funding. So then I got a job, a non-technical job, but I was going to be the right hand to the chief information officer for a large IT department. So the hospital network was of like 3,000 employees or so. My department was, I don't know, a couple hundred people or whatever. And there were layers of management, and then there were the employees. At that point, I probably had more technical experience than almost all of the software analytical people in the department. I didn't have the same hardware experience as like the people in the PC tech and the networking. I didn't have much experience in that, only a little bit. So my ego was taking a hit for it. But I also knew deep down that I always wanted to do something on my own. So this is what was so interesting about it. I let my ego take the hint, and I decided I'm going to come into this knowing that I am going to put so much value into this department that I'm going to do the work of like a few people, and I'm going to challenge myself to be stimulated and interested. So that was how I basically felt that I was being of value. I was taking like the job of 3 or 4 people that wasn't at the level where I was with my experience. And I'm going to just show my boss that I'm going to be like the best employee that she's ever had. And she's going to know that she can depend on me. Now, my boss was this, if you can imagine for a second, imagine a 6 foot, I don't know. I feel like she was like 6'10", but no, of course she wasn't. She was probably 6'2" or something. I'm like short. So she was over towering. She was a very stoic, serious, borderline mean, borderline abusive person. When I first met her, she was just really tough. And I was super intimidated by her. When I did the interview, and this is for you guys who are like caught up in like worrying if you're going to get the job that you want, worrying if you're going to get the promotion that you want, being treated like you deserve and things like that. This is kind of where this is geared towards. So first, it started when I saw the position, I applied for it, and I went right into knowing that, and I started affirming that when I already kind of, I was in the network, so I was able to look up the boss and kind of read up a little bit about her. So I also knew what she looked like. And I was like, oh my God, she is intimidating. And there were just all these rumors about her. She definitely had a reputation of being like, this is one hard, tough woman. So I kind of started my imaginal act. Obviously I shouldn't have to say this every time, but in case you guys are new here, I always trust in God. I always know that God is guiding me. I know that God guided me and pulled me towards this position because it was extremely purposeful and it was a pivotal thing in my whole evolution. So so obviously that's always number one. That's always my priority, knowing and trusting that, I knew I was going to get this job. I already saw myself in the position and this and that. So when I'm about to go in for the job interview, I already knew I was going to be hired. I literally saw myself talking to her. I saw and sensed her because, again, I had the visual. I knew what she looked like. I didn't know what the department looked like, but in my mind, it was an office. There were cubicles, blah, blah, blah. So I just kind of had a very fuzzy visual of it. I imagined myself introducing myself. I imagined like her knowing. I would affirm things like the moment she sees me, she knows I'm the one. The moment she sees me, she knows that she wants to hire me. She knows that I'm the right one. She knows that I'm the right one for the job. I heard her. I heard her saying, things like, that she knew that like she wanted to hire me or whatever. I can't think of it exactly right now. So those are the kinds of things that I did for a couple of weeks leading up to the interview. There wasn't a question in my mind. Can you guys hear me? Is this even on, or am I getting my volume through? I think I'm actually getting volume through the laptop. So let me make this better. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Darn it. The volume probably sucks right now. I'm going to plug in my microphone. To the window. Is that better, the volume? Okay. So anyway, after the interview went incredibly well. Everything was perfect. I always affirmed, I always know exactly what to say and do. I didn't get too stressed out about like the questions she was going to answer me and how I was going to answer, because I knew in the end that I had the job. I knew that she was going to hire me. I knew that I was the one, period, point blank, end of story. And I trusted in that. And I knew that God was going to kind of let me know like exactly what to say and do and guide me. And that's exactly what happened. The interview, when I walked in and I met her, she reached out to shake my hand. And as I was shaking her hand, she looked at me and she said, "Do I know you?" And I was like, "No." And she's like, "I swear, I feel like I've met you before. I feel like I know you." And I'm like, "No, we've never met." We had the interview. It was perfect. Everything that she asked me, I knew exactly what to say. I was incredibly confident and strong. She hired me, and now I have the position. And it was the highest paid position that I had had at that point in my life. And even though it was non-technical, I felt a great purpose here. Now, as I learned the job and as I was getting used to her, she basically started to get pretty mean and aggressive with me. And she would say things like, "You're really self-deprecating, and it's kind of like you're a puppy. I feel like you're a wounded puppy." And, and so it's like, I think I was getting a mix of needing her to be more gentle with me. So I was kind of starting to see that she was picking up on that. And I used to have such a hard time even communicating. Like I would always feel like I wanted to go back into my shell, but I kept wanting to see myself grow and come out of my shell. So while I was trying to visualize her being like really kind with me and being her favorite employee and seeing that she treats me better than she treats anybody else, I would start to see evidence of that. Like she would literally start joking around with me in front of the other employees in such a way. And these are directors. These are the directors that worked for her, the managers, the supervisors. Okay. There was like, again, layers of hierarchy in the department. And she would always start to change how she was communicating with me. And people in the department would look like, "What the heck is going on?" And one of the directors one day pulled me in the office and said, like, "What's going on? Like, how is this even possible? Like, she treats you like gold." And I think it was really because I would not allow myself to see her anymore being mean with me, because I knew that deep down, God wanted me to feel secure and safe. God wanted, like, I would just trust that. It was a book actually that I read, Gary Zukav's Seat of the Soul. It was one sentence in that book that said something along the lines of not trusting appearances and how people are necessarily treating you on the surface, knowing that deep down, like there's this God within, and that the God within you and you see the God within them. It's something like that. And so that really, when I read it, I really took it in very deeply. And so regardless of how she was first treating me, I just kept seeing her being kind, knowing that deep down she didn't want to be mean with me, knowing that deep down she wanted to be kind with me, knowing that deep down she really valued me as an employee. And she did. And I always got, every time we were up for review, I would write my performance review. We would have our meeting, and every single time I always got the highest percentage of bonuses and pay increases.
So anyway, I was doing good in that way. And then I was still feeling like I was having to communicate. I had never felt confident enough to really communicate, because I was like, again, I was really happy just coding and programming and not having to communicate with other people. I would get lost in the technical stuff before I had this job. So now I'm like, okay, I have to learn how to actually communicate with these people at this CIO, CEO, CFO level, both within this hospital network and with other organizations in the Cambridge area. So it was really pulling everything out of me. Along that, I was also like willing to take on the logistics and the operations of the building itself, because when the need came up, because I was doing all the work for her, but I was still feeling like, yeah, I can take more. I took on those things too. And those things taught me how to work with men, learning how to be tougher and be able to communicate stronger. So I was finding my voice and I was finding my power in this kind of 3D reality. And it was really building up my confidence. Then I was kind of evolving who I was and how to create in my reality, even though, again, I wasn't thinking of terms of law of attraction. I wasn't thinking in terms of everyone is you pushed out. YouTube, from my perspective anyway, didn't even exist at this time. If it did, I wasn't aware of it. So I was literally just learning as I was going. Excuse me one second. And the next thing I wanted to do, and there are a ton of stories I could tell about things that I was manifesting with this, but the next thing that was happening was it was just like kind of silly, but I wanted to see everybody treating me like, I wanted to see all the employees really treating me well. I wanted to get my confidence and my self-esteem up. So this comes up sometimes with some of my clients, in that they might be working in a work environment where, the environment sucks, there's low morale, people are like cutthroat, people aren't treating them right, their work isn't being valued, they're not being paid what they deserve. And so this is why I was inspired to tell this story, because I have helped a number of clients with this, even friends, and even in the past, employees of mine, with their lives, like with their family and their friends and stuff. And it really is just, again, that life is just marrying you back to you. And then people are going to be treating you exactly how you expect that they're going to be treating you. So you want to just change your beliefs on that. So I started to focus in on being so valued, so respected, so appreciated. And I started to say, okay, I'm going to actually allow myself to start to enjoy having attention, that it is okay to have attention. I'm not going to shrink back. What was happening was my boss was mirroring back to me that when she was praising me, I would put myself down. So she would give me a compliment on my work, or we would be in a meeting. So it was me and all the other directors and the managers. And I would be getting compliments and I would deflect the compliments. I wouldn't take the compliment in. And this is actually a part that's very important for you guys to get. So I was hearing what she was saying, and I was really being introspective about it and saying, okay, she's showing me something about myself here that's very important to my growth. So I want to start getting to a point where I can actually accept more attention on me and not want to shrink back and hide and go into my shell. So I started imagining that everybody in the department treated me like gold. People treated me like, everybody just showed me so much respect, so much appreciation, so much value, always letting me know how much of a good job that I'm doing, always letting me know that the department wouldn't be the same without me, and things like that. And I swear to you, I would just have these imaginal acts of hearing different managers, different supervisors, different employees saying certain things to me, like when I was in the lunchroom, emailing certain things to me, just imagining like this overall, everybody just really just giving me the recognition that I deserved. And in my imagination, at first, it was feeling like a lie. And at first I was like, I don't even want to do this. Like, I don't even want this attention. I don't even want this. But then I was like, no, my boss was mirroring back to me that I was being self-deprecating and that I wasn't kind of taking the compliments. So I was like, I need to really level up in this area in order for me to grow. So I would start to imagine that like there was a party for my birthday, and I imagined that everybody showed up. So everybody literally, almost like the parts of the department that were involved in this, literally that I worked with, every single person showed up at the party, and people were just like, wow, like that's amazing. And I just was taking it in, and I wasn't letting it get to my head. I wasn't having it be an ego thing. I was having it be a lesson in when I value myself and I appreciate myself, and I know that I'm more than worthy and good enough, and that it is okay to accept praise. It's okay to be appreciated. Like, let that in, let yourself be loved by others. As soon as I did that, first within me first, then everyone in the department echoed all of that back to me. And I saw that. Okay. So that's what I wanted to share with you today, that even not fully understanding everyone as you pushed out, circumstances don't matter, all these catchphrases when it comes to manifesting, not even having like, I didn't have structure so much as I just made the decision that I was going to live in my imagination like a child and trust in God and just surrender and know, like, I don't even know how this is going to happen, but somehow I know when I do these, when I imagine people like this, and when I love myself, I know that I'm going to get all of that back in my reality. And that's what happened. And that was it. And so I just wanted to share that. I hope that it's of some value. For some reason, it was coming to me. So someone out there hopefully needed to hear this. So I'm going to go to some questions now. So, okay, this is going back to when I was doing the audio. I'm hoping that the audio sounds good now. It looks like I'm doing good. So, Isabel, Kim, do you always know the difference between inspirational act and rational urge to do something in 3D? I personally do, Isabel. If I have an urge to do something in the 3D that's not feeling authentic, like it's coming from a place of fear, worry, or doubt, that's ego, and I won't take action. The inspired action, sometimes you know that you're doing it, sometimes you don't. It's really just when you're in complete trust and faith, and you kind of have this feeling that you don't have a choice but to listen to it. You don't have a choice but to listen to it, and it feels right, and it feels good, and you know that it doesn't matter at all what comes out of the action, that you know it's the right thing to do. That's the best way to describe inspired action. Sometimes what happens with inspired action is, like, you'll have an urge to do something. It is inspired. It's feeling right. It's like, yes, I'm supposed to say this. Yes, I'm supposed to take this action. And I don't care what comes out of it. But then your ego might sneak in and try to stop you from doing it. Then you have to do some inner work kind of to get back into your place of power. Because if you let your ego come in and put that fear back in you, you got to kind of come out of that again, from my perspective. Audio sounds like speakerphone. Audio is good. Okay, thank you, Todd. Hello, Kim. Hello, Balikta. Let me go back up. Currency trader. Oh, wow, the audio is so much better. Okay, I'm still way back there. Miss T. Hello, beautiful soul. Sending love to you, Mom and Hannah. That's so sweet, Miss T. Thank you so much. I don't know, Hannah. I don't know, baby, if you're still on, but Miss T just said hi to you. Chelsea, I've never caught a live. Yay, this is so exciting. Hey, everyone. Hi, Kim. I'm so grateful to have found your channel. The spiritual aspect has always been so important to me. Oh, good, Chelsea. I'm glad that I am being called to be more, to bring some of this light into this community. So I'm glad that it's helping. Gabrielle, hi, Kim. What a lovely story. It's amazing when I can adopt another perspective. Thank you for sharing this. You're welcome. Okay, so that's why I just wanted to tell that. I don't know if it's of any value or if somebody needed to hear that, but I can also tell you, I've had clients in the past that manifested $25,000 and $30,000 bonuses just by doing this inner work. I've seen where people have shifted. It's almost as if everybody in the department is like a whole new department. Suddenly, they're getting company-wide praise by the people that they work with. People are collaborating more instead of being so like just kind of cutthroat. And you know how people can be sometimes at jobs, but that's what helped me. If it helps you guys, I hope it adds some value. I'm going to just stay on for a few more minutes, see if there are any questions that come on. I know that this content isn't necessarily as popular as love and specific person, but I'm trying to Also kind of tap into the need if anybody is looking to manifest more, better work situations and things like that. So if there are any questions, I'll take them. If not, I'm just going to head out or I'm just going to log off and get ready for my session that's coming up. So doesn't look like there are any questions. So I think I'm going to sign off. I'm going to give you guys 2 more minutes. You're welcome, Isabel. You're welcome. Was that of value? Somebody's giving me love. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. And thank you guys for all the comments on the last videos that I had. It was very helpful. Give the video a thumbs up. It helps the channel grow. And if there's nothing else, I'm going to sign off now. I hope this was of value. I just saw that something else came. Do you have any advice? Okay, God's vision. Do you have any advice for those who know too much about the mind and law assumption it seems to impede? If you know too much and you're kind of getting in your own way, you want to start getting out of your head and more into your heart. Sometimes that can happen when we start to learn about this and you start to become super hypersensitive of everything that you're thinking. You start to think about everything that's happening in your reality. You're just getting hypersensitive and hypervigilant and almost paranoid about worrying about your negative thoughts creating and things like that. So you just want to start to get out of your head with it and into your heart and into your trust more. Gabrielle Little, it sounds a lot like getting into receiving mode, the feminine energy. Yeah, definitely getting into more feminine energy for sure. So God's vision. So you were just saying not on my abilities, but it seems like I'm trying to imagine myself out of presence. So just get into your heart and trust. You need to just get into your heart and out of your head. When you do your inner work, you kind of want to do it from this area. You're not so much doing it up here. When you're doing it up here, it's probably going to feel very draining. So you kind of want to tap in to, get some deep breathing, go into this heart center, go into your heart and just kind of allow yourself to open up your heart to God, allow God to love you. Again, God is the God, and then you are like a mini God in your own reality, and you have your imagination, which is what's given to you, so you can kind of go into that trust and see what it is that you're feeling and you're sensing in your heart is what God wants for you. But you want to do it from here. We're manifesting from our hearts. We're not manifesting from our heads. The head is analyzing everything, and the head is logic. You want to get out of that and into your heart. The logical mind and the ego mind is what tries to stop you from actually letting your heart decide that you're going to trust. Okay. I hope that helped. Prax, hello, Kim. How do you stick to the new story? I keep going back to the old story and the victim mindset as it caused me a lot of pain. You have to be consistent and persisting. Sticking to the new story means that you want to tell yourself the new story at least 10 to 15 minutes, first thing in the morning when your subconscious is wide open, midday, and at bedtime when you're about to go to sleep. So that's kind of known as state akin to sleep or SATS. It's not a technique. It's just that you're allowing your subconscious, you're like wide open like a sponge, like first thing when you wake up. So you want to kind of become aware of thoughts then, and right there before you allow your fears and your worries and your doubts to get a hold of you, because it will, you want to start to tell your story, or start to at least, sometimes it's hard for people to start in on their inner work first thing in the morning. So at least tell yourself go into gratitude or appreciation at the least. But when you start to wake up, you want to start to go into the new story right away. Stay on that, trust in it. Know that while you're doing that inner work, it's working. Stay on your mental diet. My brain is automatically going to be flipping anything that's negative into the positive constantly, and I'm not going to allow negative thoughts to fester at all. And if I find that the negative story is coming up a lot, I know that I need to step back, stop. And I know it's difficult in the morning, but I love you, but you have to push through the difficulty. You just do. You have to do something to get yourself in a good feeling place first thing in the morning. You want to prime your mind and get yourself used to it. You have to develop new habits. You have a choice. You can have the difficulty of challenging your old story, or you can just have the difficulty of feeling the fear of your old story. It's your choice. You have the choice of staying in fear, worry, and doubt that nothing is working out for you, which I think is pretty difficult. Or you can make the choice that I'm not going to stay in my old story, and I'm going to choose over and over again to, yeah, it might be difficult, it might be hard, it might be challenging, but I'm going to do this because as I do it more and more, it will become easier and easier. Okay. So yes, it's challenging, but you are worth it. Okay. You are worth coming up and leveling up and facing your fears and your doubts and having the life that you deserve. So it's difficult, but if you want to change, you're going to have to face it and just create new habits. God's vision. I stepped into faith and ended up unhoused. I'm so sorry, unhoused. And trusting that I'm a God's vision. You just actually took message back. Okay. I stepped into faith and ended up unhoused and trusting that I'm okay while authentically existing. And I imagine knowing that I'm sheltered, yet nothing stable yet. So you want to allow, you want to feel very safe and secure. You want to imagine yourself being safe in your bed at night, feeling good, feeling safe, secure. You want to imagine yourself having all of your needs met. You want to trust and know that God is going to be providing for you. Do you want to talk a little bit about what it is that you're actually, what specifically are you looking for? You're saying I stepped into faith, ended up unhoused. I mean, did you just lose your place? Are you in a safe place now? Do you want to add on that a little bit? Prax, thank you so much. That's all I needed to hear. Good. Okay, God's vision. I'll wait for you to tell me that. Sometimes when we're stepping into our power, we will get the opposite a little bit because it's kind of our fears showing themselves. Guys, I literally have only 5 minutes and then I have to get ready for my session. God's vision. I feel like I'm reverse engineering the fear process and forcing my will, but while I'm going through this, I'm still going through this. God's vision. What are you going through? Are you trusting in God? Are you trusting that you know that you're okay, that you're safe and you're secure? Is most of your focus on knowing that this is what you need to do. Focus almost all of your attention on being worthy and good enough and safe and secure, that you're always being taken care of, that you're always, every day, in every way, life is showing you more and more how worthy you are and how safe you are, how protected you are, and that God is literally always guiding you with everything that you say and do. Are you saying affirmations like that? Are you saying that I know that this is somehow working in my favor? Are you having a very clear vision of the home that you want to live in? Answer those questions. Bling Lux. Hi, Kim and everybody. So happy I'm finally catching live. Today is going to be a great day. Sending everyone love. That's perfect, Bling Lux. Okay, guys, I literally have 2 minutes now because I have to get ready for my session. God's vision. Let me know if that helped or if you want to add on really quick. I only have a couple more minutes. Okay. Everybody is quiet right now. So I'm just holding space for you, God's vision, seeing you being successful, being taken care of, being provided for, having safety, having security. I want you to really feel into that, having complete safety and security, always being supported, always being taken care of, always, always, always trusting, knowing that you're always, everything that you're saying and doing is always working, setting the intention. Thank you, I am, and I know I trust God and I am guided. Good, perfect. That's all I wanted to hear, God's vision. Okay, Charles, hello. Michelle, how do you use music in your manifestation? I basically have always, I use music as a catalyst. It depends on what I am specifically thinking of. When it comes to things with my other half, with my baby, Hannah, I listen to music that's meaningful with us. And I just really allow myself to feel all of the yummy love that we have. When it comes to manifesting money, it was a little different. This is when I had my retail store. I would basically set the intention before I getting ready for work, that I was going to put music on and kind of take the energy. I would imagine that the people who were making the music were so excited that they knew that their music was going to sell millions and billions of dollars. And I would kind of take that energy and I would kind of allow myself to feel into that energy. And then I would use that energy and just kind of literally let myself feel that energy build up inside of me. So exciting, so strong, so powerful, knowing that, feeling this energy the same way it brought in money for the artists that made the music, that I was just letting that kind of music take me. And then I would clearly see whatever it was that I wanted, whether it was like the money that I wanted, the success that I wanted, or whatever it was with my retail business. And then I would just, like, as I'm building up all of this, happy, excited, strong, confident feeling with the music, taking that energy like that the artist had with the music, transmuting that and seeing everything that I wanted, seeing all the business that I wanted, seeing all the money coming in that I wanted, knowing that even though I was getting ready and I was in my home, I was also at the end of the week having 25, 30, 40, $50,000 in my bank. And I would just like dance and move my body and feel incredibly powerful, strong, and confident. That's how I use the music. That's how I use, and I still use music to this day. So that's kind of what I do. I kind of imagine that energy of like, that the artist knows that this music is going to make so many people feel so good, and that just kind of take that energy, transmute it, and use it for what I want. Okay, I hope that helps. God's vision. It did. Thank you. God's vision. Thank you so much. You're welcome. God's vision. And I didn't mean to retract 2 messages, one sent prematurely. Oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Austin. Hello. Hello. Sarah. Hi. Does it matter? You're welcome, Michelle. Does it help? Did that help, Michelle? You just kind of let the music take you, basically. Just get into the music, let it take you. And once you're really like feeling like really high, like you're really into the music, then you clearly feel and see whatever it is that you want. And you know that while you're doing that, that's working. You set the intentions. Sarah, how can we buy coaching? You just go here. I'll put it in coreunion.com. That's my website. And at the top, you'll see book one-on-one sessions. You just click on that and you can pick either a 30-minute session, a 60-minute session, or packages. I have really good packages available. So that's how you buy it. Okay, Sarah? H, I have claimed my woman. Awesome. And has she claimed you? Right? You want to make sure that you have also claimed that she claims you. I know it's done. Good. H, I see that it's done for you. Awesome. I see that you guys are happy together, 2 peas in a pod, loving each other, supporting each other. You have a relationship of happiness, love, ease, equality, passion. You guys enjoy each other. You guys can't get enough of each other. Your relationship is God engineered, and you trust that completely and fully, and that your woman loves you more than anything. You are her happiness and home, and she is yours. Okay. That is for you, H. God's vision. Danny Raptus. Hello. Hello. Okay. I got to go, guys. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm starting to get lost in this. Really quick. Can you do a video on using imagination to do things no one has done before, like things that are supposed to be impossible? I'm not inspired to. God's vision. I'm really sorry about that. I'm just not inspired to. That doesn't hit me. It's not resonating with me, really. It just doesn't. I'm really sorry. I have to be authentic, and I don't want to just. I don't want to just say, sure, I'll do that, when it really doesn't resonate with me. I'm sorry, I'm just not the coach for that. I firmly believe that if you are thinking it or feeling it, then it is possible. So why would you if you can envision something, then it is possible. So if you're envisioning it, it is possible. It's not impossible. So that may be just what you need to get in your head, because there's no such thing as impossible. If you can think about it, it's possible, or you wouldn't be allowed to think about it. It's that simple. Things that I don't believe in, like if somebody says, thank you, God's vision, thank you. If somebody believes, I got to be authentic, right? If somebody believes that they're going to grow wings out of their back and turn green with 2 horns, I'm sorry, but that is not possible. If you want to live in a reality where it's possible, by all means, you do you. I am just not going to be in support of that. I'm just not. So, I'm more into that. If you're able to think about it and imagine it, and you can feel it, and it feels good, and it feels strong, and it makes you want to leap out of your seat because you believe in it so much, then that is God's will for you. And that is what you're meant to do. And all you need to do is trust in that and continue to persist through the limiting beliefs. That's it. And just know that everything that is happening because it's a belief. That's all. And so you want to just change your beliefs, change your reflection. Okay. I hope that helps. Okay. Michelle wrote, yes, it's really helpful. And I am a musician and never thought before about give that intention. Oh my God, Michelle, if you're a musician and you want to be famous, you want to literally record yourself playing whatever instrument you play, literally record yourself. And I want you to listen. And first, when you're recording your music, I want you to imagine as you're recording your music, that as it's going out is giving so much soothing to people who are listening to music, that it literally vibrates within the core of them. And it feels so good. It feels blissful. It feels like heaven, that they literally feel all of the inspiration that's in your core as you're playing the music is exactly what actually the people who are listening to music feel. So I want you to literally focus in on that. I want you to record yourself playing your music. This is how I coach, guys. So Michelle, I want you to literally record yourself playing the music, and I want you to watch yourself create. You have a YouTube channel. So, hey, Louise, I want you to upload your own videos of yourself playing the music, and I want you to watch your music as if you were other people, millions of people watching your music. And I want you to, as you're watching yourself, I just want you to really appreciate yourself. I want you to value yourself. I want you to look at yourself of how worthy you are of having your music played worldwide, globally, that people love your music. Your music soothes them. Your music makes them feel so at ease. It literally is healing them. It's making them feel good. Your music is God channeling out through you and into other people's lives, into their hearts, into their minds. Okay. And watch yourself and appreciate yourself and admire yourself and love yourself, not in an ego narcissistic way, in a appreciative way, in the way you want to see watch your own videos and see yourself as if you were God looking at yourself, loving yourself, adoring yourself, knowing how worthy you are, knowing you're good enough. And I want you to literally feel and see so many people just so in love with you and your music, so in love with you and your music. That's how I want you to tap into your power. I promise you, if you can do this, and if you do this all day, 3 times a day, and you stay faithful to that, you will literally start to see that happen. Okay. Just start a YouTube channel. You don't have to put your videos up live yet. You can keep them private just for you. Do it for you first. Okay. I promise you, you will start to see things shift and change. I'm really cutting it close here. So hey, Louise, I said hi to you. Eileen, I literally saw your email and I didn't reply to you. So I'm sorry. Eileen, that's good advice to Michelle. Michelle, definitely play what I just said to you on repeat. You want to literally watch me say that to you over and over and over again. You're welcome, Michelle. I hope that helps. Okay, I love you guys so much. Something is wrong because it says only 12 people are on, but there are much more people on right now. I'm seeing it. So I love you guys. I'm going to be getting on with a client right now. I hope that this video, obviously, I believe that the video today was for God's Vision and Michelle. And anyone, thank you, Eileen, I'll reply to you later. I actually cracked up about your message about making that affordable mini Kim doll and you sending to me and recording like circumstances don't matter, drop it. I was talking to Hannah about it. We were laughing about it. And then I completely forgot to reply to you. I'm sorry. It's like I replied in my mind, but I didn't actually, take the action in 3D. So I love you guys. I'm out. Have an amazing day. Keep selecting. Oh, if you guys want to be on next Friday, 11 a.m. So next Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., $59 collective group session. You get some one-on-one time with me. It'll be small and intimate. So if you can't afford regular coaching and you want to ask me questions live face-to-face, that's your opportunity. Just go to my website, coreunion.com, and you'll see the link to the group collective session. I love you guys so much. And I'm going to be heading out now. Have an amazing day. Keep selecting the version of you and the version of everything and everyone else that is worthy of you. And do not fall for the old story anymore. Continue to let it go. Continue to persist. The truth is that circumstances never matter. They're never set in stone. The only thing is that you have to understand that everything is truly malleable. Okay. I love you guys. Have a good day. Bye. And that you're deserving and worthy. Bye.